What's going on, guys? It's Mariano. Welcome back to another video. So what I wanted to do here, so today it is May the 15th, right at about 7 p.m. Eastern time, and I just wanted to give a daily Dogecoin price analysis. My thoughts on where we're at the moment, where I think we're going, where we could be, and kind of what the ceiling short term is and what the floor is. I think every single day and intraday, really, if you're not just planning to diamond hand it for eternity, it is really good to just take a look at the chart, evaluate, take a step back, and see realistically how low will we probably go and how high will we probably go. That way, there are no surprises. And if you're planning to trade this, you can plan your trade and then properly trade your plan. That is the only way to successfully trade. First of all, for more tips, if you want to, go ahead, hit subscribe, turn on notifications. I try to get a live stream or two off every single day, and we go over all of these trading tips and tricks every single time completely for free. For now. So all the OGs will definitely get in for free. So no reason not to join in now and not miss out on any good information. So what I want to do first is just take a look at where we're at. So right now, like I said, 15th, about 7 p.m., we're at about 51 cents, and we're on the 3-minute time frame. I think the 3-minute time frame is really good for Dogecoin compared to the 1 minute or a longer time frame. It's a really good balance between summarizing information on a slightly higher time frame while also giving you enough information. Sometimes when you're using a larger time frame, it summarizes too much and it kind of, you could say, numbs some of the information or kind of hides some of the information and the details a little too much, and you can't pick up on patterns very well and see what's going to happen next. So 3 is a really good balance. But anyway, we could just see we're still hugging the 200 EMA here, trying to decide if we're going to go up and down. We keep seeing these spikes up, these spikes down. We haven't been really going but much below 50, which is a good sign. But still, I mean, of course, if you're long, which I think 99% of us are, you are hoping for this to go up. So this, of course, makes us a little nervous, and it's a little annoying, but it's not too bad. But to analyze where we are now and compare that to where we could be going short term, and by that I mean by the end of the day and into tomorrow, let's just take a step back. All right. So let's kick this back into like the 15-minute time frame. Let this load here and ignore some of my lines. Maybe I'll delete the 55 line and I'll just keep the 10-cent lines here. The 60, the 50, we'll keep the 38 and we'll delete the 36 just so we can have a cleaner chart. And we won't make this video too long. But as you take a look back here, you'll see that before the run up to SNL night over the weekend. Okay, Webull, calm down. Let's get back to where we were. All right. You can see that before that, we were under 40s, really, for the most part. And this is really summarized. This is on the 15-minute chart, and this is over the course of days. Keep that in mind. This is already mid-April back here, and we're in mid-May. But you can see before that, it looks like almost a different time period, right? Because as you pass 40 cents, the candles start to get bigger. You could see visually that volume kind of picked up. There's just more movement, more price movement. But back right under 40, everything was just really small and subtle. So it's just really interesting. All right, but ever since before this, right, keep in mind, before SNL event, and we'll just say this right here is the SNL period from here forward when we pass 40. Before that, we were kind of in Dogecoin is just a meme coin stage, all right? And the reason I say that is not because Dogecoin isn't a good cryptocurrency, but because before that point, we didn't have too much news to go off of. Really, it was just us hyping up this coin, especially leading up to 420. Everybody was trying to get, we said, let's make this Doge Day, let's get to $1. Everything was hype. Nothing had to do with fundamentals, how valuable Dogecoin could become, the use case for it. It had nothing to do with that. It was just us banding together saying, let's get this thing to $1. Kind of just a pump, and us having fun. But ever since, somewhere in this time frame here, leading up to the SNL event, we have started to quickly get good news, good announcements, good information that kind of turned Dogecoin from a meme investment just for fun into something that needs to be respected as a force in the crypto space. we started hearing about different retailers, different large companies, car companies, now Tesla, SpaceX, actually taking Dogecoin seriously as a currency, as a method of payment, and accepting it as a method of payment. And SpaceX funding their space mission called Doge 1 completely with Dogecoin. The people that wanted things on that rocket, on that mission, had to pay in Dogecoin. Now we're getting announcements from Elon Musk saying that Dogecoin is probably going to be the currency for Tesla after Bitcoin just got the boot. And all these different things. We had a little bit earlier in the year, we had Daytona Nissan accepting Dogecoin as down payments. This thing is just starting to catch on and snowball. And almost every day, we're getting like 2 to 3 different retailers that are saying you can now pay for things in Dogecoin, and we are accepting that as a means of payment. And now all of these different brokerages are letting you exchange USD or other cryptos for Dogecoin. And because of that, Dogecoin is just snowballing into this real force to be reckoned with, and something we need to take serious, because it looks like it's shaping up to be the people's crypto for day-to-day transacting. That could be the crypto version of our USD. We'll think of it as to be used as commonly as that. That's the way it's shaping up. And because of that, we have a lot of room to go here. But anyway, to not make this drag on too much longer, excuse that vehicle that just drove by. To not make this too much longer, ever since we've gotten this good news, I mean, yes, we had the hype run up from Elon Musk, right? That was a little bit of a pump. Everybody was just like, oh, what's going to happen? What's going to happen? Could we even get to $1 off this event? Then we had some whale sell-offs and whatnot. On this sell-off here, post SNL, we had about 5 different things going against us. And this is where we can tell where our floor is, where I think the lowest point we can see Dogecoin go anytime soon is, unless things go terribly wrong. So let's consider the things that went wrong and why we sold off so hard here. And then we can determine what the floor is based off that information. So this was midday on SNL day. We had whales sell, so it looks like, all right? And there are some reports, if you check the transaction history, you can see a lot of whale selling going on all in this time frame. So let's just evaluate it as it looks. We won't go into we won't go into confirming all of the cases and everything just for the sake of time. So you could see it looks like a whale decided to sell right at about 72 cents, which was the first dump of our price, all right? We had momentum here. We were kind of making a cupish formation here. It looks like we had potential to head up towards 80, just given enough time if people didn't panic. But then after this whale sold, everybody started to freak out and we're like, oh, wait, get me out. Why are we going down so far and so fast? All right, especially a bunch of the new traders, the retail traders who are far more emotional and who were just in here for the pump and for the hype and were looking to take profit. They, of course, didn't know how to react to that, and so they immediately clicked their sell buttons. Now, pile that on top of the fact that pretty much all YouTubers that were covering Doge were saying, just beware, buy the rumor, sell the news. All these new people were hearing, sell the news, sell the news, sell the news. It's going to be the day of the event. You need to sell the news. And so when you're a new trader and you're waiting to sell the news, whatever in the world that means, let me keep my eyes peeled for a dump. You see this, they all thought this was the news sell. All right. And so that's why we got such a steep sell off instantly, all the way down to 60 cents from mid 70s. Then, of course, that wasn't the new sell-off. The event was still 12 hours away. There was still plenty of hype left. So we started to retrace, got back to 70, dumped again, okay? Massive whale sell-off here. Absolutely massive. From 72 all the way down to 46 within a matter of minutes. Keep in mind, this is 1, 2, 3, 4 15-minute candles. So in about an hour or less, we dumped all the way from up there down to 46 cents. I don't know why Webull did that. So this was kind of, if this didn't happen, we had potential to catch back up a little bit, but this was kind of the last straw, I guess you could say. And this just forced us into this massive downtrend. Then we did recover a little bit because this was a massive oversell off, okay? But then at this time, right around this time frame, this was actually the SNL event as well. So people were actually starting to sell the news. Now, the whale sell-off, the panic selling, and the selling the news, now all 3 of these things are combined. Then you add in the fact that the SNL event actually wasn't super great, right? Then that was kind of the the last thing that really just, we had like 4 to 5 things pushing us down at the same time. And so we reached these tremendously low lows in comparison to where we were just a couple hours ago, from 74 down to 40 cents. That's a 34-cent drop, almost 50% drop from the price we were at to the bottom. Now, keep in mind, on top of this, during the SNL event, when Elon Musk did his little skit that should have pumped our price up, right, when he was saying to the moon and everything like that, Doge to the moon, that would have been our moment usually to see a price increase and then another sell-off. We never got the increase recovery here, because when that happened, Robinhood was conveniently down and you could not buy. All right. So though you could not sell, you also could not buy. Robinhood was just down. So that means when the pump skit happened, nobody could take advantage of it, and we never saw a rally up. So we were stuck down here, literally stuck, and only just slowly burning to the ground. All right. So those 5 or 6 things, worst case scenario things, piled on each other at the same time, got us all the way down to this super low of 40 cents. Now, when you compare that to where we were pre-hype, that's not even that low now, is it? Because pre-hype, we were always under 40 and we were in 30s, maybe even 20s. We got here pretty quickly. So that's actually kind of impressive, right? All things considered, you would think we would have sold off more. Then, proof that this was a little too low for comfort, we rejected 20 cents off of this down move. That just shows it was an overreaction, and now we had to compensate. So from 40 cents straight up to 61 cents, massive move. That, like I said, in itself should tell you, with that extreme of a correction, this was probably a little below actual value of Doge. That's a little below what we actually thought it was worth. All right. But now we have bag holders. Sorry, let me let this car pass. Very loud car. So now we have bag holders, right? Bag holders here. People that weren't expecting this massive sell-off, holding the bag as we get back to 60. For that reason, a lot of those people take profit. We end up selling off again, back down into oblivion, right? Now, this was on May the 9th. At this point, where we kind of hit a bottom here, this was, a full day later. Signs of recovery? No, not quite. So from here all the way down to here, this was basically a 3 to 4 day non-stop downtrend. Absolutely depressing, right? Everybody, the bag holders, the people that no longer had faith and wanted to move on to the new altcoins like Shiba Inu, SafeMoon, and were just chasing the next pump. Everything against us that could possibly be against us, selling off, and never did we get much below 40 cents. Even when we did, we literally just dipped below and scooped back up. Dipped below, rejected out one more time, and rocket ship launched away and never came back. What does that tell us? Well, based off of those things, you can see we have a very, very, very strong support at right around 40-ish cents. Now, if you follow our live trading here on this channel, where we do live streams almost every day, we explain this constantly, all right? And sometimes we do 2 live streams. So again, if you want to get this information and be updated on a daily basis, click the sub button, notifications on. Every 10-cent marker, though you normally would see that as a level, typically with Doge, there's like a 1-cent buffer. So if you think the floor should be 40, really it's like 40 to 39 range is like the support. And if you think the resistance should be 50, it's kind of like 49 to 50. For some reason, that's the way Dogecoin works every single time. We never have clean bounces. It's always going to be like a slingshot out, or you go down and you just keep going. Very interesting, but it's very obvious if you just monitor the price action. And let's move this back up to the 40 line, and you can kind of see that this thing keeps happening. Here we have a level, slingshot. Level, we do a little slingshot. We never get clean bounces like sometimes you do in the stock market. Anyway, based off that information and how much it seems like every time we get to 40, we just went out of the area completely out to the other end. That kind of gives us a hint, right? All things considered, that anything under 40 is a little unrealistic long term. So that kind of tells us that our floor basically is right around 40 cents. We should not be worried about going back under 40 unless we get some unusually bad news like Bitcoin just did. All right. So unless something like that happens, even on a not so great day, as we just cool off with no good news, we shouldn't be going under 40. So we can rest assured of that. Also keep in mind that the last time we were under 40, again, we did not have as many catalysts in our favor. Since then, Dogecoin has kind of transitioned from meme to now actually gaining some traction as a coin that people are going to start accepting as currency. So it's just not the same as we were about 2 weeks ago anymore. We are in a different phase, and it's crazy how fast we're moving. But now you kind of have to take us serious, and so we're kind of just looking up from here, up from 40. That's what we can evaluate so far. Now, fair value price, I think because our floor is 40, you can say our fair value price right now is somewhere around 50 cents. If you buy at the 50 marker, you're kind of buying at a pretty good deal. Obviously, if you can snag a dip in 40s, that's probably a good buy and hold at this point. But 50 cents, if you buy there, you can kind of hold that, turn off your phone for a couple days, come back, and regardless of where we are, a couple cents above, a couple cents below, you wouldn't be sweating, right? Because we know that we probably and almost guaranteed will not be in 30s, especially mid to low 30s anytime soon, unless something very, very, very bad happens. All right, now to conclude this video, where do I think that Dogecoin could go? Well, short term, Dogecoin likes to be kind of in this general area, all right? Let's think of this as the absolute low at 40. Let's think of this as pretty decent value. So on a not great day with not pumps, kind of like today, probably going to sit at 50. If we have a little bit of news, a little bit of hype, we should be sitting at 60 cents pretty comfortably because we're not very far up from good value. And if there's a lot of different factors, we can see 60 to 65 kind of bouncing in that area, right? So 50 to 55, easy. 55 to 60, probably a little bit of hype will get us there. And then, we just slowly trickle back down to our area of value, which is 50. And then anything beyond that, really good news, we can see 60, 65-ish. 70 is going to be a hard one. We're going to have some really big announcements to get us back up there. Now, that should wrap this up. If you want to know what my projections are for how we get to $1, $2, stay tuned for the next video. I don't want to make this one too long. I kind of wanted to just kind of get to the point, and it's already been 20 minutes. So I'll cut this one here. In summary again, 50 is where we should be. 40 is going to be a dip buy, and anywhere 60 to 65 is not unreasonable, but we will need a little bit of motivation to get there via some announcements or hype or something. All right. So I hope I answered your questions on how we got here and where we should be going short term. If I did not, feel free to leave comments in the comment section below. And I also have links in the description to follow me on different social media, sign up for Webull, Coinbase, whatever you need to do, check that out. And yeah, that will wrap this up, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.